Hello and welcome to Herman Hits the Road, and in this video we're taking Herman on safari. Good morning everybody. As you can see, we're on safari this morning. We're at Longleat Safari Park. This is the giraffe winter paddock. You can also see some zebras just there, and right in the distance is an ostrich. And in the background are these urban creatures called cars and people. And the amazing screaming children mammal. So what we have here is a giraffe mowing the lawn. It's either a choice between eating this grass or eating this grass. And this giraffe in the background here is eating the gate. Very intelligent creatures, giraffes. Look at these wonderful creatures down here, look. These are called jackdaws. Oh, the giraffe's moving. It's getting hungry. Wow. Looking right in the eyes. That's how high we are. What did we also see where the giraffes were?
So we had the zebras and the ostriches. There's only about two, wasn't there, ostrich?
They don't seem to mind each other, these zebras and giraffes, do they? Yeah, and then kind of round the back on the other side of the road was all those goats. Remember those small goats?
Yeah, and the
were quite
climbing bit, wasn't it?
Yeah, they liked a bit of climbing, didn't they? There's some African pygmy goats on here. And then what look like turkeys. Sleeping in the sun, look. Look at this one. King of the castle. And then we had those very naughty tortoises. Remember those?
Yes.
They didn't seem to like the cold.
Well, they were moving quite a lot, weren't they?
Yeah.
You imagine them just to be stationary all the time.
It's a bit like us, really, isn't it? Carrying your home on your back, carrying your caravan. Oh no, it's a race now. Tortoise fight now. Pushing them into the edge. Right, so no, not fighting. Cuddling. Always love is in the air. Then we started our safari by driving around the giraffe's winter paddock. Yes. We got some really close-ups of the ostriches then.
Yes. So he was on the road, wasn't he? In the way.
All pruning, weren't they? Hello.
He doesn't like you there, Marlon.
No. I'm blocking his sun. So we have decided not to go in the monkey part. We don't want bits being pulled off Herman.
Because Herman's just been fixed, wasn't he?
We don't want to see no monkey running off with a solar panel under his arm, you know. But yeah, they're over
quite
just
small,
there.
Aren't they?
Yeah, it's not the size, it's the opposing thumbs I worry about. We found that traffic jams were kind of the order of the day, weren't they? Because when there was an animal that people wanted to see, they basically all bunched up and and everyone kind of queued to take their turn and taking their photographs. It was slightly like Canada and the bear jams. Remember that?
Yes. But yes, it took forever to actually get to the point where the animal was, wasn't it? Because you were all in a queue.
There were lots of waiting around.
And then you felt bad because you were hugging the area, and then there was this great big queue behind you. So yeah, it's difficult, wasn't it, to monitor?
Then we went into the big game park. I think you like the next animal, Anne the elephant.
Yeah. Well, I read her story on the board, didn't I? There's a great big board about how she'd arrived at the safari. Yes.
Rescued from a zoo.
Yes, and she didn't look too good, did she?
She looked a bit old, didn't she?
Well, she had a kind of scar on her face and her legs weren't moving properly, but you reckon she was
Sounds
very
like
old.
you.
I know. Couldn't move her joints.
She's lobbing stuff.
Was she lobbing?
I don't know.
Looks like she's hurt herself, hasn't she? What's she got on her head? Some bit of grass.
She put a bit of grass on her head. She does that. She likes a bit of to keep herself entertained. She throws some grass on her head. So she's going to go for a
Tom tip.
go for a bath with a bit of grass on her head.
Anne! This way!
Lovely shot of her bottom.
Yes.
And grass on her head.
Anne!
She likes wearing that hat, doesn't she?
She's a little bit stiff. She must be quite old though.
No, I think she is, yeah.
But yes, I mean, it was quite good because you didn't have to be right close up because you could see her because she's quite close to the gate. Oh, she's going for. Is she going for a little paddle?
She's getting a drink.
She took some water
Oh yes.
and had a drink, didn't she, at the
Yeah.
end?
Showing off a bit, I thought. Then we come across the southern white rhino. And you don't get to see rhinos very often, quite
No.
rare, aren't they? And these particular ones, they're part of a conservation project to
They're not really doing a
save,
lot,
or
are
try
they?
to save the nearly
you want to move
extinct
forward a bit more?
northern white rhino. There's only 2 left.
Mm.
And I might be wrong here, but I thought they were mother and daughter.
Oh.
I think that's the rhinos. We only see the 2, the mother and daughter white rhinos.
Oh yes.
And did you know that the collective name for a group of rhinos is a crash? The next section of the safari was all about the big cats, weren't they? Wasn't it? And then first of all, were the tigers. Those 2 pixels over there. They're the tigers. These were very popular. Large traffic, large traffic jams seeing the tigers. But we could barely see them at first. But when we came round, we got a bit closer. Yeah, we can see the head just there. There you go. It's a bit better. Oh, he's looking at Herman, all hungry like, love. But it looked just like as if it was bathing in the sun, being very thoughtful. Just wondering which vehicle is going to contain their meal next, I think, or maybe they were thinking about Pythagoras' theorem.
Well,
they looked very thoughtful, I thought.
Yeah, they were kind of hidden, weren't they, behind the mound? So all you could see was the top of its head.
The only real thing you see is movement-wise is a flicker of the ear.
Yes, and each of the big cats were in separate areas, weren't they, where you had to go through a...
Oh, yeah, you had to go through a locking gate.
locking area, yes.
So when all the cars are in this gate... So a gate would open, you drive through, all the cars would drive through, and then it would close the gate, and the gate in front of them, and then once that's closed, the gate in front of us would open up. So
do you think that was only to
like
allow so many cars in, or do you think it was just to... Obviously, keep them away from each other.
Probably both.
Yes, but that was a bit finicky, wasn't it? Because you kind of had to wait a while to be let in, to be then let out. Yeah, but I suppose it's protection, isn't it?
Yeah, protecting us as well as protecting them.
Yes, keep the windows closed.
And I suppose the biggest attraction at Longleat would have to be the lions.
Over there.
Tiddles.
They look harmless, don't they?
No. So the first time we saw the lions was behind this enclosure, behind this fence, and to see these lions feeding or just after a feeding, kind of just lounging around after something to eat. And not too sure why they were separate. Maybe this is where the ticket dodgers from yesterday would end up.
Yes.
Probably.
Evading the fares.
Yeah, so they just threw them in with the lions.
Oh, wow. Oh, look, where's he going? Get your thingy out. Good God, he's not prepared. He's just crossing the road.
Just crossing the road in front of us.
Ooh. Look at him over there. Oh, what a lovely picture. That'd be a nice picture, Mona. That's a good one. Is that a good one?
Wow. It's like being back in Kenya. So we got 1, 2, I think over on the left, 2 lionesses on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the right, 5 on the right, and then there's 2 males.
Well, they have different packs as well, don't they? A bit like the hyenas, or they can't keep certain
Prides.
prides.
Yeah, it keeps there are several prides, I think. 2 at least.
Yes.
And they have them separate, so they didn't attack each other.
Pens.
Yeah. Right. So after safari, we managed to park up in the main section there, where the Longleat house is.
Very impressive, wasn't it?
And there's also some rides and some other exhibits. Some of them are actually closed, which is unfortunate, really, because I wanted to see the spiders and the snakes and the gorillas, but they're all or monkeys. They were all closed, and so was Longleat House. But we ended up going through. I guess it's kind of a zoo part. I guess the whole thing is a zoo, but more of a zoo part where it was called Jungle Kingdom. And the first thing we come across was a porcupine mixed in with the. Did you know it was in these?
With the meerkats.
It was in the meerkats.
Yes, because the meerkats kept coming in, and he was eating, wasn't he? His little nuts and things.
His banana.
He was hungry, wasn't he?
I didn't realise it at first, but you could actually walk around.
So they were scuttling around your feet.
Yeah, they didn't seem to mind either. They were kind of ears to the sky, looking for birds that are going to come down and attack them. But that was quite interesting. I didn't realise you could do that until they said, "Come on, you can come in." What? Eh?
Yes.
So the next animal we saw was a giant anteater. I've never seen one before, and it kind of like went, "Oh wow, what's that?" Because it kind of got a long pointy nose, and I noticed that when it was snuffling, it sounded a bit like a dog. But yeah, we saw
And it's
that.
digging in the soil, wasn't it?
Yeah, looking for insects, I suppose.
Yeah, but it did look a little bit stressed, didn't it? Because it kept walking backwards and forwards, going into its little house there and coming out.
Yeah.
I don't think it knew what to do.
Whereas the koalas didn't look stressed at all.
No, they were falling asleep, weren't they? They did look lovely.
I was told that koalas sleep for 27 hours of the day.
Wow.
I think it's actually 21 hours of the day, but yeah. So, but we managed to see one moving, and I don't mean just its sleeping chest moving.
It was eating.
It was eating, wasn't it? And they all had names as well. Yeah, but that was quite interesting. Couldn't cuddle them or anything. Couldn't get quite close.
But one was very sleepy, wasn't he?
Well, I think they all were sleepy.
Yes.
So the last animal that we saw was a very cute North American porcupine. And forget the koalas. Whenever someone saw this porcupine just sitting there watching, they all went, "Oh," and I'm thinking, no, you can't take it home.
No, but it just didn't look real, did it? It looked like a cartoon character, didn't it? Because his face and his little feet were...
Yeah.
Yeah. Great big body. It's like Adsy Day when he's had too much to eat. He did look lovely. I say he.
Very fluffy. I'm sure it wasn't fluff. I'm thinking they were probably spines.
Yes.
Thank you very much for watching our video. We've just done the entire safari, and
2 hours.
as you can see, we're standing right outside Longleat House. We're not allowed in due to, you know, the reason. So we're going to end the video here. Again, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy watching, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, maybe you should consider subscribing. It is free, and don't forget to click that notification bell to be told when we actually release a video. Until next time, goodbye for now.